Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Many people and my friends have asked me if I could teach them how to bead, and the only thing I could tell them is to find a pattern and try to work from it. But many of them had no idea how to read the pattern. So today I'm going to show you how to read the patterns. Uh, I hope that this will help you. This tutorial is really for the heavy beginners. uh, so I have picked some random pattern from the Pinterest, and I hope that you will like it. It's a simple. It's in only two colors. I didn't want to pick something totally way too much simple. I just wanted to uh, show you how versatile pattern can be. So it's not just a simple netting. It has a little bit of twerks and I don't know how to say that, interesting things. So you're only going to need two colors of seed beads and pearls, but you can use any type of bead for this. What we are going to make, it's only for the effect. So I will be using these type of beads. I have tons of them. No, I have bought, it was packed in a half of a kilo. I think it was a half of a kilo, and usually when I bead I just take these little containers and I put my beads inside because it's a little bit heavy to work with a full jar of the beads. This is a size 80 beads, but they are irregular, so you can see how the shapes are. You have some, you see this one, it's a little bit like tube, and you have, see this one, and this one looks normal, and these two are normal. But you know, when you work with these type of beads, everything looks great in the end when the beads are only seeds and in the same size. So everything sits in its place in the end. I like working with these type of beads for netting. Yeah. Okay, so these will be my two colors. They are just like in the pattern. I'm gonna show you how this looks. I have picked some random pattern from the Pinterest. This is how our project looks. I have chosen the same colors, blue and white. This is silver. Because I don't want to confuse you, we will do just exactly like it is. And this is the pattern on the other side. I'm gonna make this a wider screen later, and we will bead together. And this is, you see, all the beads are the same size. You can see it here, and only you can use pearls, bicones. I'm gonna use pearls because, you know, it says pearls and they are here, so that I don't make a mess or something. You can use whatever you want. This will not affect your this part will not affect your necklace in any way. You can only make it more interesting. And I will be using this thread. I have bought it online. I have no idea what it is. It's a beading thread and it's so strong. Look how I'm pulling it, and it's really, I will cut my finger first before I cut this. This is what it says, and it's in Chinese, or I think it's Chinese, and that's all that I know. It's a great thread, by the way. I'm using a blue color because of the blue beads I'm using. I just didn't want to use white. And another thing, I will be using a button for a clasp. I love buttons. I'm collecting them, and it's my favorite thing to do, to pick the right button for the necklace. And also I am allergic to all kind of metals, so yeah. And this is my gigantic needle. You don't have to use a needle this big. I have accidentally ordered this size. It was one of my first orders from internet, and I had no idea that this needle will be this big. But it's very useful for my 8/0 beads. You can work with 11/0s, but this pattern can take the 8/0s. It has 3 rows. See, 1, 2, 3, or if you count 1, 2, 3, I'm always counting the holes. That means like 3 rows for me. Okay, and I'm gonna make all this now wider. If I come on, wider. Wait, I need to adjust my camera. And all right, now you can see the full pattern. When you watch the pattern, you can see the patterns usually have beads in the colors that you can use, and you can also change the colors if you don't like this one. If you don't like blue and white, you can change it. But if you are a beginner, I would suggest you to change only one color so that you don't make a mess during the process. You can make a blue and I don't know, yellow or something else, blue and silver. Okay, like I said before, or this can be, the blue color can be red. It really doesn't matter. So you see this line here. This is where it shows you where to start. But when I look at this pattern, this is not a good idea for me. I usually skip this because I want to make this the place where I will put my clasp. So I will not do this. I usually make everything even or flat when I start, and this will be my first bead from where I will start this pattern. You can see the thread here, and you can just follow the thread and you can count your beads. All right, so let's get started. Okay. All right, so I have put my beads here, and this is my thread. And first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pick one bead, which will be my stopper bead. So I will go through this bead like this. I'll make a loop. For my bead, okay, and I will leave the thread so that I can make a clasp. A lot of thread. I like to take maybe 30 centimeters of the thread, maybe sometimes even more, 30 to 40. Okay, so this is my stopper bead. So as I said, I will skip this upper part because it just doesn't make any sense to me like this. So I'm gonna pick, you can see the top parts are all in white colors. So I'm gonna pick 4 white beads, or you can use 3. And I'm just gonna pull them down to my stopper bead. Okay. So from this place, now I'm gonna count how many blue beads do I need. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You see? 7. I need 7 blue beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You are reading this way. You just follow this thread that you see here, and then we go up. And all we have to do is count our beads. Okay? Now I have picked these 7 blue beads. Then I'm picking 2 whites, then 1 blue, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 whites. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white beads. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue beads. And now I'm gonna need my pearl. I forgot to put them here, but I will do that now. These are just regular pearls, nothing fancy. And 1 pearl bead. Then we have 3 blue beads. Since this is the lowest part and it's not a vital part of the how do I say, necklace, you can put some beads that you find difficult to work with. Since I'm using irregular, so I'm just gonna pick some beads. I usually take the skinniest one for these lower parts. Okay, something like this. And I'm gonna pull all this down. My thread is so long, I think that I have taken 3 meters. Okay, so this is this side that we just made. Okay, this is this. This part here, this part here, and this part here, with my pearl down and 3 beads. So as you can see, we have 2 threads going through this pearl bead. There is 1 thread in right now, and I'm gonna go through this pearl bead again. That will be my 2nd thread, and I'm gonna pull this like this, and now we can start climbing up. But as you can see, we have to go through this first blue bead too. It's not only just pearl, but you have to go through this first blue bead also. This is my son's working table. I'm not in my usual place where I'm making videos, so this is something totally new and different for me. So I have exited through this bead, and now we have to go up like it is shown in the pattern. So I'm gonna start counting from this bead because I have exited through this one. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 seed beads, blue ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. After that, we need 3 whites. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And now we have to go through this bead. It is the 4th bead from this bottom part. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 4th white bead right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have to go through this 4th bead. Come on, like this. And we are pulling our thread. Okay, this is what we have now. Our first rhombus diamond part of the net. I don't know how do you call this. So from this place we need to pick 2 white beads, 1 blue and 2 whites. 2, 1 and 2 again. This is our sequence, just like in this place. And this is where we are now. I have picked 5 beads. You see this blue one here, and I'm going through this first blue bead right here. I'm skipping this one. That is lonely in between white beads. And now I'm pulling my thread. This first part is always the hardest one. Your necklace will, like, the beads will travel a little bit up and down, but you just push them down and that's all. So I have exited here from this blue bead, and now I need to pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seed beads of blue color. 3, 4, 5, and I'm going through this top blue bead. You see? This is how it looks now. Yep, don't worry, this will all set down later. So I have exited here through this bead. Now we need to make this upper decoration by picking 2 white beads. You see, 2 white beads, then 3 blue. 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna push all this down. My gigantic, oh my god, there's so much stuff on this table. My gigantic thread is all over the place. Okay, so I have picked 2 whites and 3 blues, and as you can see, I have to go through this white bead right below my blue. Okay. Yeah, I'm really not a professional at doing YouTube videos. Okay, so I have exited here, and now as you can see, we are just following our thread. 1, 2, 3, 4 white beads. 1, 2, 3, 4 white beads, and I have to go through this center blue bead. It's the third bead from our 5 here. It's the one in the middle of all this. When I'm making necklaces, I am always working with the longest thread possible because I'm too lazy to change it when it runs out. Okay. Okay, so I have exited here. This is where I'm right now. And as you can see, we have to pick 2 white beads and 3 blue ones. 2 whites, 1, 2, and 3 blue ones. Okay, this is where I'm right now. And now I have to go through this lonely blue bead right here. Okay, and I'm pulling my thread. Okay, so this is where I'm right now. Let's count further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 beads. And I have to go through this first next blue bead. It's right here. Come on. Okay. Okay. This is where I'm right now. Now, as you can see, I have to pick 5 white beads and 1, 2, 3, 4 blue beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white beads and 4 blue beads. Blue beads. And I have to go through this 4th bead from our previous path. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 4th bead. So I have to go through that bead. Come on. Okay. 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 So this here is this. Now I have to pick 3 blue ones and 2 whites. Come on, 3 blue ones and 2 whites. And I have to go through this next blue bead in the center of our 5. Okay. All right. This is what we have now. Now, 3 blue beads again and 2 whites. 1, 2, 3, and 2 whites. I bet that every beginner has beads like these in their stash at home. So now I have to go through this third bead here. Okay, it's a third bead. All right, this is what we have now. Now we have to go down, and we need to pick 3 white beads and 3 blue ones. I'm gonna pick the skinniest beads of white color that I can find here, because I always use the skinny beads in this upper part of the necklace where is the neck, so that it naturally starts to curve. These are my skinniest beads, and 3 normal blue ones, whatever the ones I pick. Okay, and now I have to go down through this first blue bead. Okay. All right. This is where we are now. So we need to pick 2 whites and 3 blues. 2 whites and 3 blues. And I'm going through this first blue bead from this center diamond like this. Okay. All right. This is where we are now. Now we have to pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and I have to go through this last blue bead down there. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. This is where we are now. All right. Now we need to pick 3 blue ones and 3 white ones. 1, 2, 3, and 3 white ones. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I have to make this little cross here, and I will do that by going directly through this last blue bead. Come on. Okay, like this. Okay. We are here. Now, 3 blue and 3 whites. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we need to go through this fourth bead. Great, I have caught something on the table. Just a sec. Okay, I'm back. So this is where we are now. Okay, here, and now we have to continue with 2 whites and 3 blue beads. I have already picked them, and we are going through this center blue bead. Oh, like this. Great. Oh, yeah. All right. I have got the edge of the table. Yep. Okay. Okay. So this is where we are now, and we need 2 whites and 3 blues again. Have I said it right? Was it? Yeah. 2 whites and 3 blues. 2 whites and 3 blues. Okay, and we are going through this last blue bead in this upper part, like this. Okay, here we are. Now we have to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white beads, but I will pick these 3 top beads, the skinniest one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and I'm going down through this center blue bead right here. Okay, now we need 3 blues and 2 whites. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and we are going through this center blue bead. Okay, like this. Now we need to pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue beads, and we need to go through this next blue bead. Okay, you see, this is where we are now. So our next step will be 5 whites and 4 blues. 5 whites, 3, 4, 5. I usually put in these parts, which are not the parts that we are connecting our necklace, I usually put the beads that are totally in odd shapes or too big or something, because that way I will use the beads and it will not affect the necklace. But here I like to choose a little bit more better shaped ones. Yeah. So I have picked 5 whites, and I need all my 5 whites are these odd shapes. These are kind of normal, but okay, these 3 are different. And we'll try to pick the normal blue ones. 4. Yep. And I have to go through this 4th bead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So from this place up here, I need 5 blue beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. And I'm going through this first blue bead. Like this. Now I need 2 whites, 1 blue, and 2 whites. Okay. 2 whites, 1 blue, and 2 whites. And I'm going through this 3rd bead right here. Okay, we are so close to finish this first sequence. Okay, now we need to make this little decoration up here, and we are picking 2 whites and 3 blues. I have to pull them all down, and I need to go through this first white again. Now we are going all the way down. Okay. Now we need, look where we are now. Now we are starting our row, which is the same as this one. Okay. I'm gonna do this with you and climb up. Okay. This is the same part. All right. And you have to proceed on your own. Okay. So I have to pick 1 white bead. No, I need another one. 1 white bead and 3 blues. 2, 3. And I'm going through this lonely first blue bead. Okay. Now I need 3 whites, 3 blues and 2 whites. 1, 2, 3, and 2 whites. I'm going through this center blue bead right here. Now I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 whites. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 whites, and I'm going through this last blue bead right here. Okay. Now we need to add our pearl, but first we need to pick 4 blue beads, then 1 pearl, come on, then 3 blue beads again, 3. Okay, you need to pull all this down. And I have to go through the pearl and through this first blue bead. This is where I am right now. This is where I am right now. Here. Because we have made our sequence. This is this major part of our necklace, and the rest of the necklace is just the repeating of this sequence. So from this place you can now, after you have done this sequence, you can put this all away and continue working all on your own, but you just have to follow what you have done here. Okay, you can watch this side and count your beads and start adding in the same places, you see, like you were doing it before. All right, just repeat this. Okay, I'm gonna put this away and we'll show you how to bead without the pattern further. I'm gonna adjust this, enlarge this a little bit so that you can see better what I'm doing. All right, as I said, we don't need a pattern anymore because we have everything that we need right here. So from this place, I'm gonna pick 4 blue beads and 3 whites. All right, 4 blue beads and 3 whites. Come on. I need to go through this 4th white bead. It's this one right here. Okay. Then we need 2 whites, 1 blue, and 2 whites. This is now so much faster. And we need to go through this first blue bead right here, which is the center bead. Okay. Okay. Now I need to pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue beads. It's a little bit difficult in the beginning, but later it will all go so smoothly. 5 beads, and I'm going through this top blue bead right here. See? Now I have to add this decoration by picking 2 whites and 3 blues. 2, 3. I'm pulling all this down. And I need to go through this white bead again so that I can make this little cross. Here. Then I need to pick 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 4? Yeah, it is. 4 beads, 2, 3, 4 beads, and I'm going through this center blue one. Right here. Okay, then I need to pick 2 whites and 3 blues. You're just following your own path. You can proceed this further on your own. I will show you the process after I make every sequence. Okay, you will see it like in parts. I'm gonna proceed this off camera, but we'll show you how it looks further. Okay. All right, so second sequence is made. If you don't feel comfortable working without pattern, I mean, of course you can use it. Okay, now let's proceed. We have 3 now and just started 4th. Okay, so I have made 4 sequences. As you can see, my thread is still going. It's really gigantic. But soon I will show you how to hide your thread and start a new one. And I will show you how to attach the clasp. Okay. So I have made already 5 sequences, and you can see how this necklace started to curve naturally right here. This is a really good pattern, and you can do a lot of it. I will tell you about it when we finish this. Alright guys, so I have almost come to the end of my thread, and now I will show you how to replace it. So I always like to come up through this bead from where I would start my next row or way down. So I'm gonna go through these beads back here, and I will tie a knot here and here and here, whatever. So I'm gonna tie my knot here and maybe here and maybe here. It's really not important, but important part is that I will just go this way. You can see the line here. It's almost like a natural diagonal way. You see it? Okay, so I will go back here and tie my 2 or 3 knots. Okay, so I'm going back and I'm going down. This is where I am. This is where our beads joined together to make that net. Gonna make 2 knots like this. Oops, pull it, and we'll go down again, and we'll exit here. I'm gonna make knots again. My needle is too big. I recommend you to when you make your necklaces or yes, necklaces, that you use thread like this, not the fishing thread, because fishing thread tends to curve and it's hard to even it, to flatten it. And necklace always looks like a little bit wavy, but when you work with this type of the thread, which is like a sewing thread, you can just they are so soft and they will never appear in some weird shapes. Yes. Oops, I went here. So I'll just go down. This is enough. 2 knots is totally enough. And I will cut my thread like this. Okay. So since my needle is free, I will put my button right here, and we'll be back in the sec as soon as I put my needle on this part. Okay, so I took another needle because it's smaller, and this is what I'm gonna do. This is my stopper bead and it still has a thread going through, so I'm gonna take this out because I don't want it to be seen. Okay. And I went through my stash of buttons, and I have really a large amount of buttons, but I have a really big problem with the blue ones, and this is the closest button that I could find that match this color blue, and it's so pretty to me. I know it's a simple button and everything, but I find beauty in everything, and I like this. You see it like satin shine with a little bit of sparkle. Look, I love this button, and this is the only one I had in this color, and it's the right size, so I'm gonna use it. Yeah, I love it. So I'm gonna pick 3 white beads. Gonna put my button down, then I'm gonna take 3 blue beads. I want them above here, and we'll go down through this second hole like this, and then I'm gonna pick 3 white beads again like this, and I will go, oops, I have picked 3 white beads, and I will go through this 3 beads, white ones, right below my button, and we'll go up. Yes, we'll go up and through these 3 beads again, then down through these 3 beads right below this hole, okay, like this, and then I will go through these beads because I want to get to the necklace. Okay, and now I'm gonna do the same thing I did on the other side when I was when I have finished my thread. You see, I'm gonna go this way and tie my knot here and here. Okay, now I'm gonna go down, make one knot, a loop, sorry, and another one, pull the thread, and I'm gonna go down again, and we'll make a knot here, and we'll go further down. All right, this is it. It's totally enough, and I will cut my thread. Okay, so I have my button here. Ta-da! Okay, so now I have to start working with my other thread, new one. I need to pull it in my needle and we'll be right back. Okay, so I have thread my needle, and now I need to get out from here. See, this is where we have ended this way up through this bead. I need to get out from this bead again, and as you can see, this is where this bead leads us. Okay, so I'm gonna enter through this bead and add my knot here and here, or you can add it here, anywhere you want in this, you see, diagonal. Okay, so I'm gonna go through this bead all the way up here. You can make your knots everywhere you want, but I just like to make them in the places where I have joined my paths. Okay, of course that I have taken gigantic thread again. I just like to work with a long thread, and that's all. Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit up here, and I'm catching my table again. Okay, like this. Now I'm gonna make my first knot here. Oh, this is such a joy. I love this. I don't know what I would do without it. Okay, and 2 times. I'm gonna do that 2 times at the cost of everything. Yep. Okay, yeah, I have managed to do that. Okay, now I'm just gonna untie my mess here and we'll proceed. Okay, and then I'm going up here, and we'll tie my knots. Oh, come on, all this junk. Okay, and now I'm gonna tie my second knot. You know, all tables should have round edges. Yes. And now I'm just gonna go up and exit through the bead that I wanted. Okay, so all right, I'm right here where I want it to be. I'm gonna cut this here, what we have left. Come on. Yep. Nice. And now I can continue from where I have stopped working. Okay, so where am I? I have exited here, so this is this place, and now I have to make this cross and go down. Okay. Oof. Okay, so I have come to the end of my necklace, and it's time to make a loop that will go with my button up there, and I'm gonna make it look just like here. I'm gonna repeat these 3 white beads and 1 blue. I was picking long white beads and 1 blue. I'm gonna pull this down. And now I'm gonna make a loop that will match my button. Okay, I'm gonna pick 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. You will have to measure every time if the size of your loop, if it fits for your button, if you are using one like me. This is how I'm doing it, and I will try to push this through. Come on. Yes, I think that this one will go nicely. Okay, and I will circle all this once again. I'm gonna try it like this. I'm so tired. Okay, let me see it now. Yeah, this is totally nice. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna circle this once again. Oops. I'm off camera. I'm not in the right spot. This is not a necklace that I recommend you to finish in one day like I have done. And all I can do after this is just to go to bed and faint. There were some projects that I have made and some patterns too that took me weeks to make. And I'm just going down here. Okay, this is my loop. Okay, and I'm going diagonally down and will tie my knots on my way down. There was a one necklace that I was making for 3 months. Oh my god, I thought that I will never finish it. I just didn't have the patience for it. And okay, and now I'm going down again. And I was making this one with bigger beads so that I can finish it faster. But oh my god, I don't want to imagine how much would it take if I was working with 11 nose or some smaller beads. I don't think that I would be able to finish this in a few days, because I will tell you soon why. Because I have started making this necklace at 4:30 in the evening, and right now is 9:30 at night. So I was making this necklace for 5, 6, 7, 8, and I have 5 full hours. I'm so exhausted. Okay, I'm gonna show you how this looks. Okay, so this is how it looks finished. I have used 14 6 millimeters 6mm pearl beads. Oh, I'm so tired. I need to go to bed. If I would make this one again, I would definitely not put these decorations here. It all can work with these 3 beads in the upper top part. And I don't know, you can also, as I said, you can put here whatever you want. It doesn't really matter what size of the beads you are using for this part, because this part here is independent. And you can also use maybe if you want more sparkle, you can use 2 beads, then maybe 1 rondelle or 1 bicone here, and 2 beads again. You can play with this pattern. This is a really nice one. And what else can I say about this? You can see how it looks normal, even though it's made with the with the irregular bead size shape of the bead. It all fits nicely, yeah. But maybe you haven't noticed, but I have noticed it after I have made my clasp, and when I spread it here, that I have made a mistake. So guys, if you feel tired, just put it away, put it aside, and you will continue later, and that will not happen. You can see here everything was perfect until this here, and I have repeated this step all the way to, so I don't have a full diamond shape here. It's open, you can see it here. Oh well, it happens. Maybe this was a little bit strong start for the beginners, but the pattern is easy. It just takes time and patience to make it, and that's all. Um the good side of these irregular shaped beads are that you can make almost everything that's net with netting technique, and you can sell it for a cheaper price. Maybe the people will uh, buy it and easily afford it. But you can also use expensive beads. You can work with the beads, any type of the beads, seed beads that you like. So they can be uniform, they can be um, like these. But as you can see, it looks really, really gorgeous. And you see my button is here. It fits so perfectly. Now, I would like to ask you if you have watched this video. I need your feedback about this one and your suggestions. Uh, what I should do maybe next time. If this was maybe too hard for you, um, I will definitely make more videos and go with more patterns if you want me to. There are some other patterns I can show you how to work with two threads and more, and other types of stitches and stuff. I don't know. We will see, but I need your feedback and tell me what you think about this video. This is totally something else and out of my comfort zone. I'm kind of used to making earrings and pendants and bezels. That was so. This is my first larger project, and I don't know. I'm not sure about it, but I don't know. I'm gonna put it anyway because I need your opinion about all this. So I'm sorry if I have missed something. I will do a next video and we will make another necklace together. I still don't know how to make time-lapse videos. I would totally do that if I knew how to, but I hope that this will help you. And the one thing that I wanted to tell you, you see, we have started with this bead and I have finished the same way. Okay, I want these sides to be even, because if you don't, it kind of looks weird. Just imagine that you don't have this here, that you have finished it right here. It kind of looks weird. So I'm keeping it all like symmetrical. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to bed now, and I don't feel my butt, my back, my fingers, my shoulders, my neck. So take care of yourself and don't push yourself too hard. Love you all. See you. Bye.